for the coffee. After we did the coffee, the distribution of the coffee, we advocated and lobbied, and we made sure there's 60 billion Uganda shillings is in the budget this year. For Northern, can we? That is very true. Can we give a big round of applause? This 60 billion is only for Northern Uganda. So all the other regions are saying, and for coffee alone. So all the other regions are now saying, why Northern Uganda? Why are you putting emphasis only on Northern Uganda? So you now have an opportunity to become businessmen. No one is stopping you because you're a government official. No one is stopping you from starting a nursery bed. No one is stopping you from trading and doing business as long as you're still in your job. Because at the end of the day, the leaders, you have to lead by example. Yes. A big round of applause for the professor. And I'll tell you why. I have never met somebody who is consistent like him, who is passionate like him, who if he says yes, it's yes, and if he says no, it's no. I really admire and I love working with you, and I'm learning so much with you, and it's like every day I'm in class. Thank you so much for inspiring me, but most of all, this meeting here today would not have taken place without him. And it's him who decided, he said, we're having meetings. Every time we have meetings in Gulu. This time let's take our meetings where? To Kitgum. Let's have a big round of applause for him. So I would like to invite him to speak, and then he will then invite the LC5 after. Thank you so much for listening to me, and may the Lord bless you all.
Apoy unlu tela duchuma ti kany, apoy unlu puma o kany. A tin mo kwa, wamiyo pojbon la chwe, niya eno wera wan watie kama watie yeni. A jebe ma chier ma be logo I kome, a logo ma chalo uduru ma a bot wan weng, ma temmo konyo pajama mwani. To continue with the work is always done in our community. I'd also like to recognize the different government civil servants and elected people in different capacities. You are the ones who have been blessed with the responsibility of working together, working for our people. I pray and I hope that today we will find some form space for the renewal of that contract with our people, so that our conversation focuses exclusively on the hard work, on the tears, on the pain, on the aspiration, the dreams, and expectation of our people who are down there. Working together with General Salim Saleh, who is interested, committed to helping our society. I have access to the government, and I know the president is committed. Whatever little access I have, I must use it now. And I must use it together with you to make a difference in life of our people. I may not have the access tomorrow. I don't count tomorrow, I count today. Okay? That's why I want this to be done like yesterday. Okay? And we have to make sure it is done. So I'm praying to you, all of you, to exert that pressure and to insist that once you are convinced, once the farmers are convinced that the revenue they will get is way more reasonable than what they get today, I want us to create a situation where it becomes extremely difficult for the middleman to run amok in our community. Okay? I'm asking all of you who are here, please help the farmer. help the farmer today. Let the farmer have a market, a good market, a sustainable market. Let us work on only that project. We have a long list of things that we have to do. Let us speak only that for now. The next season, we are going to talk to Jerusalem again to make sure that we get seeds that will be distributed in every district. Okay? We are not going to pick and choose. Jerusalem got it on loan. There was no money. He signed for it. I'm asking him, General, I know you'll watch what I'm talking about. I'm asking you to sign again. Sign for seeds to be distributed in every district in Acholi sub-region. And the distribution, I pray, must be done by you, more so civil servants. I'm now going to create distance between myself and the people who are elected by the people. I can't say anything to them because somebody is going to tell me whether or not they'll stay in the office, not me. But if you're a civil servant, I can push you. And you can push me back. The seats must be given to you, the production officer, commercial officer, our religious leaders, and you go to our people and you distribute the seats where people require seats. No discrimination. You don't decide whether or not the person is a member of the NRM. Don't do that. You don't decide whether or not the person is going to vote for you. You're a civil servant. I'm saying this because I noticed a while ago some of the seats went to some politicians and they decided to pick who should get and who should not get. That was a big mistake. I'm saying this, General, hear me out. Afande, hear me out. The seats must be given to civil servants, to be given to the representatives of OWC, to religious leaders, to go in our community everywhere and distribute the seats without discrimination. Okay, this is my prayer. And the distribution of seats only makes sense, Afande, I repeat, if there is a reasonable, profitable market for our people. And now we have the opportunity to get that market. And I pray to you, Jerusalem Saleh, you are hearing this. I pray to the President that the people who say they can provide us with the market, let them provide us with the market like yesterday. Our people are waiting for the market, and I hope that we can get this sorted out within the next 2 weeks. Now, let me conclude this by saying one or two things to my people in Acholi.
I would like to appreciate the presentation by my brother, Right Reverend Wilson Kitara, on behalf of the religious leaders. For me, I was satisfied that he had already done it on our behalf. But since you have insisted, let me say something. First and foremost, I would like to appreciate the meeting that has been organized today. It is very timely. Thank you for the opportunity given. Looking at the composition of the people, of the participants, I would like to say that it is excellent. Thank you for that wise arrangement. Why am I saying that? It is because of the following. One, we are dealing with agriculture. Agriculture is the heart of Uganda. And we know very well, we cannot do without agriculture. It has been made very clear, we are looking at the common man. That farmer, simple lady, simple man, in the deepest corner of our society, that is more or less vulnerable in this situation. And when we are trying to focus on that, we are looking at a number of things. If you address the problem of the farmer at that level, then you are going to address also the problem of food security, for example. And once you address the problem of food security, you are dealing with security in wider context. Even political strife may come due to lack of security in terms of food provision. You may have also civil strifes because of the problem that accrues from lack of security coming from food. And when we are looking at that, even our own earth may be a problem. So if we are trying to address the problem of this common man, that common woman, that farmer, simple farmer, we are addressing a very serious problem that may befall us. Apart from that, that simple farmer, that simple person, struggling, has a family, for example, the issue of education comes in and so on. And definitely, once that is addressed, it gives us a very high hope that transformation is possible. I heard Professor spoke very, very, very sensitively here and passionately about what has been going on. And from his presentation, he has shown to us that we have already some mishaps. And from his presentation, I have deduced everything and then brought it to this position. That the problems we have can be reduced to ethical problems. Why am I saying so? The government has provided money. The government, through its agencies, has been able to give us the means of production. The farmers have been empowered. But why is it that we are still crying at this point? It is because of the ethical problem we have. If the RDCs had done their part, if the SC5s had done their part, if the production officers had done their part correctly, we would not be crying at this moment. So I can say confidently that the problem is purely ethical. And I think if we want to succeed, each and every one of us must look at that issue very seriously. I must do my part, honestly speaking, passionately, putting that common man, the farmer, deep in the village, at the center of it all. Without that, we are not going to succeed. The government will pour in a lot of money, but because we are not ethical, we are not going to produce the desired results. I would like to re-echo my appreciation to the organizers for having involved us, the churches, the Catholic Church, the Anglican Church, the mosque, for example. All of us, we are at the center of this fight. And we would like to say openly that we are ready to collaborate with the government in pursuit of the common good of the common man that is suffering right now. And it is good that you have brought us on board. Every church establishment, whether Catholic or Anglican or mosque, it is like a government of its own. And we should also respect, if we are dealing with this kind of arrangement, we should respect the structure and system of the Anglican Communion, of the Catholic Church. And you should be able to deal with us on the principle of partnership and subsidiarity. Where the government wants our help, we are open. But our system should also be respected, so that we use that to the extent that it touches that very person we are targeting. I know there is no perfect system in the world, except in heaven. We may have some loopholes here and there, but I believe very strongly that we can reduce the magnitude of liabilities if we collaborate. Finally, let us really be able to network with each other, without reservation. You, the political wing, civil leadership, Operation Wealth Creation representing government, let us network to the degree that it helps us to succeed, to realize what we are pursuing. I thank you very much. May God bless.
This group is going to make a lot of impact and meaning to this development. First of all, we have a different forum, platform. You know, in most cases, this is the mistake which has been done. The government, in terms of different leadership, they are very good and they have to continue dealing with the physical. But where the physical gets stuck, needs the energizers, which is the spiritual. And the religious leaders deal with both, not only one. In most cases, when they are thrown out from that structure, a religious leader becomes like a garage to repair them, and they come back on track. I want to say that, please, it is a very good venture, and we shall continue thanking through the Operation Wealth Creation what they are doing. You will see the impact. We are in charge of all this as religious leaders, and we have tangible changes and value and quality. However, we are here so much still expectant with all the promises, with the meetings which has been done, and with the assurance as religious leaders to confirm we have been brought on board to continue together in the development. And I'm very happy that maybe with the communication we are getting, we are very happy it will come to pass. Let it be and also come to pass. It is not really my day, it's just to stand on behalf of the religious leaders and to say thank you so much with the trend at least you have taken. And I think we shall have more when we interact together. Had personally written questions to be answered for me to understand. You know, as an individual, but not as a religious leader or institution, as an individual, I fell under the category of the political leaders who were picked single-handedly or individually also to be given seats. And I remember I also, a benefactor, I got seeds. And I want to tell you, I had planted 5 acres of maize. I'm very happy I already have a market. I don't know with my brother Monsignor and the rest. Now I'm very expectant that I also have planted sunflowers. That's as an individual. And this one I'm going to sow it to the church members. If the bishop can do it, what about the farmers who are the Christians? They can do even much what? Better. Praise the Lord. Amen. I wish you the best in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Price on agricultural products. Because the middlemen come, they put their prices very high, they buy quickly, and then leave the farmers like that. Just as this trade is, they are trying really very much to help us, but the Kenyans come and put up their prices very high, and we cannot compete. So we have a problem with stability of price. It's fluctuating every day. Today is this, today is that, depending on how the Kenyans are buying, the Tanzanians are buying, other middlemen are buying from the farmers. So the price is not stable. We would also want the government to put some restriction, especially on those who are coming in from outside the country. We are aware of East African integration, but where we have reached, we cannot go to Kenya, we cannot go to Tanzania, we go to the garden, we buy the crops. There has to be some regulations that are respected, and so that the community can also benefit. So price, for me, I think should be put on the app, where you know the price automatically is this, and then you go and trade.
according to my experience, this is a very good system that we can all use as grain traders, as aggregators or off-takers. Because what you do, the only challenging stage would be the initial stage, where you are supposed to have your produce ready. The moment they load your produce onto the truck, the system will alert the bank, and then you are paid immediately from there. You see it on your app like this. I have the app. So now, what does it take a farmer to start trading? Is for you to first aggregate your grain, and they don't sell 1 bag or 2 bags. So what it means now, you have to cluster yourselves as farmers. You come together, you put your things together, maybe 5 tons, 10 tons upwards. After that, you load. After loading, the system will just pay you immediately on your account. You don't have to go through all the struggles. Yeah, you bring your things here in Kampala, you reach there, some are rejected, some are what? Here, everybody is on ground, ex-warehouse. Like at your store, their representatives are there, they check the things are okay. When the quality is fine, they load on the truck. They also cater for what? For the transport. You don't have to look for transport. They come with their transport. So they load onto the truck. After loading onto the truck, before the truck leaves that store, you are paid immediately. So what is the main issue now? The main issue is the price that has to be negotiated well, so that we are able to compete with these funny people that come in, the middlemen, and the farmer benefits. The good thing about this thing is, if the farmers are organized, the lead farmer can be the one who will do the what? Who will do the transaction, because I know some of our farmers are not educated, they don't have smartphone and all that. But they are trying to improvise a system where even people without smartphone can be able to what? To trade.
Our key commodities as a model, we look at soybean, which is known, is grown in most part of the district, maize, and we are promoting coffee, which is key. So those 3 are the major commodities we are undertaking under crop. And the biggest challenge here is we need access to mechanization. The district received actually 7 multipurpose tractors from the government and 15 working tractors that were given to groups. Although we were not directly involved in the distribution, but we are supporting the different groups that received that to ensure that the tractor is put to good use. And I want to confirm here that those tractors are doing work, and we assess them actually every season on how they are moving. And they are going good work. But what we need is more support on mechanization. We have direct support from government, as was done, but we also have other avenues through loan. We have the interest-free loan for large-scale farmers, which the government has put the money in government banks. But our farmers are being tossed here and there on the modalities. They refer them first to go to Uganda Grain Council to get approval from them. And when you move to Uganda Grain Council, there's a number of challenges that they face from there. So I think you, as who have been helping us in the policy matters, we want you to follow up this so that our farmers can access this loan, this interest-free loan, because government pays the interest of this loan.